The judge smirked, flipping through documents as the courtroom held its breath. With a chuckle, he looked up. Elon Musk. The genius billionaire who thinks he's above the law, he said, sarcasm dripping from his words. The prosecutor grinned, confident this would be a public humiliation for Musk. Reporters scribbled, cameras flashed, and spectators whispered. Everyone thought they knew how this would end. But Musk sat calm, hands folded, his expression unreadable. The judge leaned in. This isn't Twitter, Mr. Musk. This is a courtroom. Laughter rippled through the room. Musk stayed silent, his eyes locked on the judge. Then, he spoke, one sentence that froze the room. The laughter died. The prosecutor's smirk vanished. Even the judge's expression shifted. The prosecutor stepped forward, addressing the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here because Mr. Musk believes he's above the law. His company has ignored regulations, violated protocols, and shown blatant disregard for the rules. The judge nodded, smirking. Mr. Musk, do you understand the severity of these accusations? Musk tilted his head, silent. The prosecutor pressed on. This isn't just corporate misbehavior, it's defiance. Mr. Musk pushes boundaries, but today, he's met a boundary that won't bend, the law. The judge chuckled. Do you even have a defense, or should we explain legal terms to you first? More laughter. Musk remained still. The prosecutor piled on. Your Honor, perhaps Mr. Musk thinks this is another press conference where he can tweet his way out. But today, we deal in facts, not Twitter polls. The judge grinned. I'm curious, Mr. Musk. Do you have a defense, or are we here to watch you work on your next meme? Finally, Musk stood. Adjusting his jacket, he spoke, his voice steady. Your Honor, I'd like to thank the prosecution for their dramatic interpretation of reality. The room buzzed. Musk continued, pacing slowly. This case assumes the system makes sense. But what if it doesn't? The law you're enforcing is outdated, inefficient, and contradicts itself. The prosecutor scoffed. Is that your defense? That the law doesn't make sense? Musk turned, locking eyes with him. No. My defense is that you don't understand the law you're trying to enforce. He held up a document. This law was written for an industry that no longer exists. If I followed it, I'd violate another federal mandate. So, Your Honor, which law should I follow? The judge's smirk faded. He skimmed the text, lips pressed tight. Musk pressed on. Laws, like physics, are based on principles. Principles shouldn't contradict themselves. But this case? It's built on contradictions. The jury exchanged glances. The energy shifted. Musk turned to the prosecutor. You assumed I wouldn't understand legal jargon. But I don't need jargon, I need logic. He flipped to another page. Section 42.3 of the law you're relying on was written before the internet existed. How do you regulate something using rules that predate its existence? It's like enforcing horse-drawn carriage laws on electric vehicles. The prosecutor stammered. That's a weak comparison. The principles still apply. Musk cut in. Do they? Section 43.1 states that if a technology falls outside existing regulations, new standards must be drafted before legal action can be taken. Did that happen? No. The courtroom froze. The prosecutor paled. Musk folded his arms. So, Your Honor, are we here to discuss legal violations, or punish innovation using outdated rules? The prosecutor scrambled, but Musk wasn't done. In Smith v. Tech Corp., this court ruled that no company can be punished for operating in a legal gray area when laws don't cover their innovation. Sound familiar? The judge leaned forward, no longer amused. The prosecutor, desperate, slammed a stack of papers on the bench. Your Honor, new evidence. This proves Musk knowingly violated regulations. Musk didn't flinch. Fascinating. This report was written after the lawsuit was filed. If it's so critical, why only now? Desperation isn't a legal strategy. The judge exhaled, rubbing his temple. Mr. Musk, I underestimated you. This case was built on inconsistent, misleading evidence. The court finds no grounds to proceed. You're free to go. The prosecutor slumped. Musk smirked. He'd known this would happen. Outside, reporters swarmed. Mr. Musk, how does it feel to win? He slipped on his sunglasses. Feels like logic did its job. The case wasn't just a victory, it was a wake-up call. Musk had exposed flaws in the legal system, forcing a rethink of outdated laws. The judge, once dismissive, now spoke of him with respect. He didn't just defend himself. He forced us to rethink everything. For Musk, it was just another Tuesday, another system disrupted. But the conversation he started was far from over. Laws, like technology, need to evolve. Musk had shown that when faced with an outdated system, the right mind could push it toward change, one argument at a time. What do you think? Should laws evolve like technology, or should tradition always win? The conversation is just getting started.